You know what's crazy? People just simply expecting other people to just magically understand. What's your value? What's your why? Oh, you wanted money? Oh, you wanted an opportunity? Oh, you have something valuable to share, to give, to present to the world? And because you pulled a name out of a hat, filed some paperwork, paid between $100 and $300 to have an LLC or an S corp. Maybe you bought a $9.99 domain, made a website, you added to your LinkedIn that now you're a CEO, you're a president, you're a founder, and you made one post on LinkedIn or a tweet on X, formerly known as Twitter, posted one story, a reel on the gram. Here I am, world. Buy from me. Here I am, world. What I'm trying to offer and state in one moment in time should cover all your questions and just rain down money. That is not, that is not how this works. That is not how any of this works. When it comes to running a growing business, nothing, and I mean nothing, matters more than generating revenue. But sales folk aren't just closing deals. They're tracking down leads, forecasting growth, whipping up reports, managing contacts, creating content, crunching the numbers, and dare I say it, the list goes on and on. Now, with Q4 around the corner, there's a better way to win. And it all starts with the new HubSpot Sales Hub. With HubSpot Sales Hub, your data, your tools, and your teams are fully linked inside a smart and highly customizable platform that feels good to use. Turn prospects into pipeline and close those deals all in one place. In addition, the sequences and smooth workflows help reps streamline tasks and spend more time on what they actually do best, connecting with customers. Now with Sales Hub, closing deals is no big deal. Try it for yourself at hubspot.com/sales. Please eliminate the delusion. Please open up your eyes, remove the dust, the particles, put on some glasses, turn on the lights if you need to, and understand no one, and I mean no one, owes you anything. The world doesn't owe you. The world doesn't magically care. Your business exists. Your offering exists because you put it on the internet. Guess what? Most people are on the internet either doing the same thing or already established. I say this every single time, referencing my book, Strategize Up. If you on the highway, can you tell me how many distinctive cars you saw while driving? What colors, what models, what makes? How many people were in the car? Cats, dogs, lizards? I don't know. No. But I bet you if one of those vehicles caught your attention or cut you off, you remember them, don't you? It means absolutely nothing to just say, I have a podcast, I have a book, I have a website, I have a business, I have an offer. Get in line with everybody else. Can you explain to me why I should care? Because by default, I don't. Unless you're talking to people who actually need what you have, understand what you offer, have the money to pay the rate you need, and believe you can deliver while simultaneously you can deliver, making a profit on time that's worth the value, that does what it says it's going to do for this individual, for this group, for this audience. and they spread the word like wildfire, and then you retain more business, more opportunities, more referrals. You're like a hungry hippo. You just eating it all up, as many as you can, in season and out of season, in drought and in abundance. You just keep on going no matter what, because you never know. There's seasons where everything is perfect, where everything is making sense, where the money is just falling from the sky, it feels like. And there are seasons where there's an absolute drought, an absolute recession. No one has money to give you. You got to work 10 times harder for a cheaper opportunity, because that's what the economy is declaring. That's what the market is saying. So when all these different people send me a cold DM, cold email, we jump on a call, they meet me at a public event, and the first thing out their mouth is, I don't know why no one wants to pay for what I have. No one wants to donate to my nonprofit. Nobody wants to buy my service. No one's taking my sales call. No one is responding to my pitch deck. No one is responding to my emails. No one's listening to my podcast. No one's watching my videos on YouTube. My Instagram is trash. My Twitter is trash. My LinkedIn following is bleh. Okay. What are you doing though? What are you actually doing? You can't expect folk to just give you anything. What are you doing to position yourself right now to actually manifest what it is that you want? There is an exchange of energy that you must activate through literal action continuously, in the hopes that with that investment of energy, the transfer of it, the conversion of it generates opportunity that you can capture. Throw that Pokeball out there and capture it. Got to catch them all in exchange for money that you can reinvest in the business to make even more money, to take care of yourself, and eventually build a team, build a system, and you stacking them blocks. You building your skyscraper. That is what you have to do. Troy, you're a growth strategist. I'm giving you my problem. What can you help me do? Well, the biggest problem is you probably have a terrible brand perception, respectfully. And by terrible, I don't mean it's not okay. I don't mean that you don't have a great avatar or great graphics or visuals, or your copy may be sound. Listen, the only measure if the brand perception is working is if people perceive you have value to give you money in exchange for the value that you promise you can deliver. And if anyone ain't doing that, your brand perception is what? Bad, terrible, abysmal. Ooh, you created 100 different templates in Canva to sell. Ain't no one buying. Oh, you created all these different outfits and shirts with your logo on it. Ain't no one buying. Oh, you said you're a marketing agency now. Ain't no one inquiring. Whether it's yoga, fitness, marketing, sales, a content creator, a podcaster, whatever it is that you're trying to say that you're meant to do or that you want to do, comes with resistance, comes with trials and tribulations, comes with, are you about that life scenarios? And what we're going to see is, what's your response? What's your reaction? Listen, people want people who can make it very clear what it is that you do, why you exist, what is your purpose, why are you even doing this? How can you serve me? What's the ROI? What's the residual? What's the result from me exchanging money for what it is that you do? This is where the contract comes in. This is where the proposal, the SOW, this is where the sales meeting comes in, where you look someone in the eye, into their soul even. And it's not about trying to scam anybody. It's not about trying to be something more than you're not. It's simply about being honest and vulnerable and truthful, believing what it is that you actually do at the value you're presenting it to, in the hopes this person will align with that value and say, I see you, I believe in you, and I want what you got to give. And I'm willing to make the investment. I'm willing to give the money in exchange for that energy, that transfer, to now help me solve a pain point, or help me get more joy, or help me feel a certain way, be a certain way, do a certain thing that's going to help me get to my goals. It ain't about you, it's about the people you serve. And if you serve them right and you serve them well, and the exchange for your service to them is positioned not only from a value add perspective, but a price point perspective that you can live on, that you can build on, that you can scale on, amazing humans, you have a profitable, successful business.
What's up, digital world? You're listening to the I Digress audio experience with Troy Sandidge. Social media, marketing, storytelling, business, culture, and more. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Part of a profitable, successful business is leadership. Whether you are a solopreneur, you have a team of employees, a team of contractors or partners or collaborators, no matter what business type, industry, or situation you are navigating, leadership is required. Default. Leadership 101. There's 4 things to know. There's 4 questions to answer. There's 4 things to understand. Who is doing what by when? Why are they doing it? How are they doing it? And where do they need support? And where are we going with it once it's done? Now, the they may be you. The they may be a collective of employees and consultants and contractors. You know who the they is. Not to get too tongue-tied here. Peter Piper pecked a peck of pickled peppers. But you have to understand who is doing what by when. First part. I am exchanging growth strategy consulting every 2 weeks because that's the value I bring to the market. I'm delivering that value by a series of Zoom calls, emails, voicemails, reviewing their numbers, answering their questions, guiding them on this journey, building a business plan, a growth strategy plan, a profitability plan, a sustainability plan, a brand perception messaging framework, and a customizable, overarching business accelerator blueprint that's allowing them to navigate from where they are to where they want to be, hold them accountable every step of the way. The support I need is leaning in on maybe other partners or collaborators to now take that to action. I may give you the go-to market strategy, and I may partner up with someone else who can fulfill the website component or fulfill the CRM component or fulfill the influencer marketing component. But where we're going is profitability. Where we're going is you believing in the plan, running the system, it's working, and you're seeing results that's leading to profitability and opportunities for more profitability, for sustainability, and onward and onward. And as a leader, it's my responsibility to make sure I am mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually in check to give my best when needed at my best, while also holding my clients accountable to the same standard to be at their best. That way we can work in alignment to move things forward. That their why now becomes my why, because my goal is to help you make more money, which in turn helps me make more money and have a good living to provide for my family, which is my ultimate why of all whys. But also the fact that I get to live in my purpose in my zone of genius, doing what I am doing. And I'm pretty good at what I do. But that's not me being braggy. That's me understanding my zone of genius and living in my truth and living in my power. And I got the receipts to back it up. 35 plus brands launched, profitable. 175 plus $1 million in sales generated. I have worked in various industries, in corporate, in agency, as an entrepreneur, and startup, international, nationwide, franchise, almost in every industry. I am a go-getter. I am a worker bee, a reformed workaholic, I might add. And I'm here to make things happen. My power is being a manifester. It's being a solution finder, aka the strategy hacker. This is what I do. This is what I'm about. And if you are someone who's listening, if you're someone who's watching, that's like, I need what that brother got to get to where I need to go, hire me. Send me referrals. Become my client. Buy my book. Listen to my podcast. Watch my content. We here. We up in here. Want to create an inviolable workplace culture where people and businesses thrive? Well, look no further than Truth, Lies, and Workplace Culture, a top 20 rated podcast hosted by business psychologist Leanne Elliott and business owner Al Elliott. With a unique blend of theory and practice, this dynamic duo simplifies the science of people to help business owners and leaders uncover the truth about finding, keeping, and motivating great people. As listeners of the Adigress podcast, you know well one of my biggest pushes is dynamic culture. When you create good workplace culture, the revenue grows, you become more sustainable, you become more scalable, and people generally have more fun. Joined by some of the business world's most respected and relevant voices, each episode delivers actionable insights and practical steps to create a toxic-free workplace that prioritizes employee well-being and enable sustainable growth. Whether you're a seasoned leader or just starting out, find the knowledge and inspiration you need to build a thriving workplace. Listen to Truth, Lies, and Workplace Culture wherever you get your podcasts. Now, one thing I've learned throughout my time on this earth, especially when you align it with your purpose and leadership, you got to pass the SATs to determine who you are or who you need to delegate things to. You got skill, something learned by putting in conscious effort. Then you have ability, which is the capacity to do things, a measure of skill or talent. Last thing being talent, something natural in a person, probably learned unconsciously. So you have your skill, you have your talent. Skill, something you put in the work, the hours to actually acquire. The talent, it's just in your DNA. You just got the stuff. And then the ability, which is the capacity to do things at a measure of skill, at a measure of talent, or a combination of both. An example, as y'all know, I love me some sports references. A basketball player can be skilled, experience, and training, and or talented, natural ability to finish the game on behalf of his team. So when you map out your zone of genius, when you map out your business, what skills do you have? What talent do you have? What ability do you have? Now, on the flip side, what skills you don't have? What talent you don't have? What ability you don't have? There's a way to do this. You got four currencies. I talk about this all the time: knowledge, money, time, and skill. If you have the skill already, then you can do it. If you have the talent already, then you can do it. And if you have the ability to do both, then go ahead, proceed. Now, sometimes you don't. So that means you either obtain more knowledge, you either put in that time to obtain more knowledge, or you exchange for money for knowledge, for access to that knowledge. It's an exchange of all these things, but it's challenging. It's not easy to know. It's not easy to prioritize. When you are a leader of your own business or a leader within a business, you have to prioritize. Now, there are C's to leadership. Your ability to maintain a top-heavy ratio of remaining calm and confident in the midst of chaos and conflict is a measurement of leadership. I'm going to say that again. Your ability to maintain a top-heavy ratio of remaining calm, continuing to be confident in the midst of chaos and conflict is a measurement of leadership. Your ability to cultivate maximum productivity, your ability to create solutions to problems, your ability to fortify healthy culture, your ability to conjure opportunities, and your ability to command a room is the key to great leadership. The C's of leadership. Not every leader has all the skill, talent, and ability to do everything, and you don't in business. This is how life works. It's crazy. You can know exactly what to do for somebody else, but for some reason you can't do it for yourself. Why? Because the way the world works, someone has to give it to you, just how you give it to someone else. If we can do every single thing by ourselves with no help, we all be billionaires, which would put us all to nothing because we all be the same. So it's all about understanding what you can offer, what you can self generate, and knowing to ask for help as a leader of your own business, as a leader in your own pathway. This is how it works. I have various episodes that talk about managing your time, putting in for skill, cultivating a certain type of brand persona, how to sell, all these different things. Go back, man. We're almost reaching 100 episodes, okay? Do you not understand? I have a reservoir, a library, okay, of episodes here to help you on the I Digress podcast experience. We here to help. I did not put in all this time and effort and energy and sacrifice and investments to not have it go to use, to not be of value, to not make an impact. Sure, do I want clients? Of course I do. If you're someone who wants to work with Troy Sandidge, aka the Strategy Hacker, please send me a DM. I will schedule an appointment with you. We can talk the talk. Call it a day. And if you're open, send your SOW. You sign, you pay, and we off to the races. It's that simple. It's not that complicated. I've learned it's not about all these other stuff of task upon task upon task. Are you doing the necessary actions to actually generate what you want as a result? Are you living your truth? Are you doing what your zone of genius is good at? And are you delegating out to things you aren't clearly good at? Stop being in denial. Don't look at the people around you saying you're doing amazing things. Make a North Star for those way ahead of you that you can chase, that you can learn from, that you can observe and identify. I am weak in these areas. That is what a true leader does. They are cognizant and so self aware of where they lack, and they bring in the right people, whether as an employer, whether as a consultant, whether as a collaborator, whether in systems and additional knowledge, and a mentor, and a board member, and a partner to compensate and still achieve the goal. This is the way. This is how you move forward. Stop looking for a magic silver bullet, some audible from the one on high to just scream at you and saying, this is it. You're waiting when all these boats don't come by with opportunities, with knowledge, with collaboration. And you're like, no. Remove the scales from your eyes. Stop being in denial. If you're about that life and if you want to be a true leader of your own pathway, of your own entrepreneurship journey to build, to sustain, to scale, to accelerate, in the hopes that you one day can look back on your business and see the impact and understand that not only did I make an impact, I made a good amount of money along the way too. It requires you to know yourself. Do the introspection work. Do the implementation. Do the innovation so you can receive the residuals. What more do you need? Know what you don't know. Understand it. Delegate or seek knowledge or pay for someone to take care of it for you. Your four currencies: time, money, knowledge, and skill. What are you going to do? Again, it's about knowing who is doing what by when. Why are they doing it? How are they doing it? Where do they need support? Where are we going once it's done? You have to answer that. You have to answer that to every client you sign. And it's not just on you. What are you holding your client accountable for? Just how when someone buys a product, you look on the back, there's literally instructions on how to use this product. When you work with me, I'm going to hold you accountable to certain things too. Yeah, I expect payment up front. Yeah, I expect cordial conversation and you doing your side of it too. But there's other layers to that. You have to set the ground rules. The client isn't always right. The client is paying you to be right, or even when you're wrong, to admit it and navigate it accordingly to make it right. The client isn't always right, and you aren't always right. We're both humans here. We're all humans here. We are flawed by default. And that's the truth. And that's the reality. Now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to listen to this and just be like, all right, go on to the next episode? All right, that was great. Great pep talk, Troy. Still not going to make any money because I'm still not going to do the action. You owe it to yourself to be the leader you need to be for your own business. And the more resistance you face, it will reveal where you lack. And you need to understand with your skill, ability, and talent, your time, money, knowledge, and skill, the core things of being a leader, the who, what, when, where, why, and how, and make adjustments accordingly to do what you need to do. That's how this works. Be the leader you need to be to achieve what you want to achieve. It's not about where you are now, it's about where you want to be. And snap your finger and turn on that persona. Flip that switch. You are that person now. You are that business now. You walk into rooms and conduct conversations and sales in a manner higher than where you think you are, but it's true and honest and real to you, in the hopes that you're presenting the value in the way that you need to exchange for money, to deliver on your promises and grow your business. But I digress. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Troy out.
And that's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this episode of I Digress. What was your takeaway? Care to share your thoughts and tag Troy on social media? You can find him on all platforms at Find Troy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review or comment for this episode from wherever you're listening. Looking for a marketing strategist to build the structure, strategies, and systems you need to get the success you want and the ROI you desire in your business? Book a discovery call to talk with Troy at findtroy.com. And as Troy's philosophy goes, imagination is the engine, content is the fuel, social media is the highway, marketing is the roadmap, sales is the destination, culture is the GPS. Thanks for listening.